Hi, today's good person to know is Anna Bance. She's co-founder of girlmeetsdress.com. Anna's always been in fashion. She went to London School of Fashion, worked for fashion magazines and did a stint of PR working for Hermes, so she knows about high-end luxury products. Girlmeetsdress.com is a luxury online rental service where Anna says every woman deserves her Cinderella moment. You can rent a £400 dress for as little as £39 for that special event so that you can look absolutely amazing. In this talk, which was actually a panel discussion, and I've just taken out Anna's bits, Anna explains the importance of PR, how to track and monitor it, what methods she uses, and some tips as to what you can apply to your business. Now, this is Anna's take on it, and she's doing really, really well. And I thought it would be really good to give you a different perspective on how other companies are doing it, just so that you can benchmark yourself against other companies. So I hope you enjoy it, and thank you for watching.
Hello. My name's Anna, and I'm the co-founder of girlmeetsdress.com, and we are a luxury online rental service. So our mission is to democratise fashion, and we believe that every woman deserves her Cinderella moments in designer clothes. And so from us, you rent your £400 dress for £39 for your special event, and it means that you can always look and feel amazing, and all the designers that you dream of become accessible to you. So I've always been in fashion. Before I launched Girl Meets Dress, I graduated from the London College of Fashion, then had a brief period at fashion magazines and newspapers. So I was at the Telegraph and the Insel magazine and Hermes Bazaar. And then a job came up in PR, which I hadn't considered before, but my friend said, oh, you do really good. And there was a job at a French luxury brand, Hermes. So I became their in-house PR manager for 3 years and loved it. It was amazing. But at the back of my mind, I always wanted to launch my own business. Anyway, to cut a long story short again, had the idea for Girl Meets Dress and launched it with my co-founder 3 years ago. And again, PR has played a huge, huge part for us. We had a good story, and I think the idea, at least in the early days of the launch, the idea did have a lot to play with our PR success. I mean, we were the first company to do this, and of course magazines and journalists picked up on it a lot without us having to contact them. So articles were popping up similar to you, so that was always good. And yes, with the products, that is helpful to have nice products to be able to send to the journalists, to photograph, and of course then we could do product placements. With the launch of the company, it was completely different. It's then selling a story, launching a business. And so now what we do is we separate our PR. Our PR strategy is quite complicated because it's split into so many different areas. And that's bloggers, online, offline, directories, business. And so whenever we have a piece of news from each thing, it's dealt with by a different person. And then the other side is celebrity, which is also a PR angle, which it has been really important for us. And some of our best PR has come from celebrities wearing the dress. We dressed Talisa on the X Factor in like a little sequin blue mini dress, and it just went crazy the same. So these celebrities, they choose to wear it and they don't realise what they're doing, but they're really helping your brand, and then we can use that, and even still now we get customers renting the Talisa dress. So things like that really help. So we target everyone, and still now, we always have, and we keep our lists very separate and be very organised, and I contact some people about a specific story. Like I would email directly if it's about something big or a business or a finance section, and otherwise one of the girls will do all the bloggers, and she might do like a blogger gift or a blogger offer. And also we have our affiliate program, which is very useful for the bloggers, and they earn commission on when they create sales. And so the affiliate program is another way that they can basically manage their PR of us. We create banners for them. Anyway, a lot of you all know about that anyway, so I won't go into detail, but it's a really good way of doing PR, but also they earn something as well. And in terms of our kind of craziest PR, Oprah.com, we popped up on there. We don't even deliver to the US, and we still don't. And our traffic is still flooding in from Oprah. But, it's true what you said, the email's best, but actually I was thinking that a lot of you might be thinking, oh, but it's really hard to find out the contact details, and it is, and even us now, like I'll read an article on a magazine that I've never heard of, and I'll read the journalist's name, and I'll be like, how do I get hold of her email? And you Google her and you can't find it, and then you end up going through Twitter, and then you email somebody else on the magazine to try and find out her email. And so it is frustrating, and the fashion publications, the Diary Directory and the Fashion Monitor, you have to sign up for like £800 a year, and okay, so it is tricky to find the email, but there is no secret. Google Alerts for all your names or anything to do with your company, and they will just come in the morning. That's how I find out about most things online, because sometimes you don't know when they're launching. You know the article's coming out, but you don't know when. And that's really great. And then offline, it just really is still, I think, the agencies is still just the cuttings book. Like, it really is just the best thing. Keep a couple of copies. We will keep one copy that hasn't been cut out, one copy that's mounted nicely so that you can show it to your people, and then always put the date. Keep the date, because you know on the newspapers it cuts out at the top. Don't cut it out. Like, keep everything so that you know when everything was, and mount it nicely. And I think it still is that way with most companies. There's no secret way to keep the actual physical cuttings. The online, we log it in an Excel. We keep it all. We have different tabs for different PR that we've got, and we keep the links. And then obviously Google Analytics will help you measure it, so you can see how much traffic is, and we also log that, and that'll just keep tabs on exactly what's happened and when. When we email blogs, we get lots of responses. Some of them, great, yes, we'll write about you. Other ones say, okay, that's £500 for this panel, you know, £200 for the bottom panel. Like, some of them are so specific now, and then we say, you know, we just make the decision, no thank you, or is there anything, or be direct, just write back and say, thank you very much, I don't have the budget at the moment. Is there anything we can do on a swap basis? You know, we link swaps, so we'll write about them and they'll write about us, or we'll find a way around it. Don't be afraid to just ask directly, is there anything we can do non-paid? Be aware that sometimes when you get the links back from the blogs, sometimes they're not trackable. Add the UTM link. There's a way that you can add the special keywords to your link before you send it to the journalist, and then you know that when it's going to all track in Google. The other thing is Open Site Explorer. You can basically rank all your online links and see every website has a page ranking, a website ranking, and you can basically see which websites that you've got PR from have a really good ranking, which ones don't, and then you can retarget them. And that's a free website. You just type in your name at the top, and it basically is really simple. It comes up with a list.